Yeah, I want to tell you a little bit about when I used to sell something called MCAT that come out in about 2009. It was a cheap little drug compared to Coke. It was basically the poor man's Coke, right? It was the poor man's Coke. It was very similar to a drug called Speed. Quite similar kind of drugs. Anyway, I was selling that for 1 year. I was selling it in when I was 20 years old. I was selling 9 to 15 ounces a week of it. I was selling it in bulk. I started off selling grams, very quickly started selling it in bulk, and this drug messed people up like so badly. I'd spoke to people who were bleeding out their noses and out their mouths from sniffing this stuff. I'd spoke to people who were paranoid, whose lives were messing up, were going down a wrong direction. I'd seen that happen to people that I was selling it to, people who I was selling it to, they were selling it to. You know, I'd see them in a real mess, paranoid mess. I'd seen people run into brick walls, stuff like that. People even die from overdoses, not of mine, but you know, that was something that was happening. At least I hope not mine anyway. But yeah, people was dying off it. A lot of bad things were happening, and you know, that stuff really left a scar on me. You know, like that stuff, you know, made me feel shit about myself doing that. Even though I was making a lot of money, you know, I was making I'd say like around 2 grand a week. I was turning over a little bit more, but I was buying it for £100 and selling it for £300. So when I moved back down south, someone told me that they were paying £350 a Z for it. I jumped straight on the opportunity and started doing that. So I was making, you know, 8 grand a month, give or take, something like that, which is a lot of money for a 20-year-old lad. So I was living it up, right next to London. I was living right next to London at the time. Be going about London, Watford, etc. Living it up really, you know, able to get nice fancy hotels, go up and down the country. You know, I was doing a lot of stuff, buying a lot of nice clothes, you know, eating out well. Yeah, I funded a lifestyle from that. I funded quite a lavish lifestyle from that, you know. But you know, the negative side of that, well, that's what obviously drew me in, was the money. That's why I started. But the negative side of that is, yeah, what it did to my conscience. Like, it ate up my conscience severely, and I just wanted to get out of it. I didn't want to do it anymore, and the money was sort of drawing me to it, but I did not want to do it anymore. Thankfully, the link that I had, his operation collapsed, and he was the one who was getting it off the main guys, you know. And yeah, he stopped selling it. Something happened, so I stopped. But that fucked me up. That was, you know, that weren't nice. I tell you, it's hard talking about, to be honest. I know people live this stuff every day, but I'm only talking about me now. Forget everyone else. Yeah, what it did to me, it messed me up. Do you know, it ate up my conscience, and it sucked the goodness out of me, to be honest. You know, knowing that I was doing that to people's lives were being ruined. You know what I mean? That's blood on my hands. That's blood on my hands that I could never take back. And yeah, people, you know, like me, I just saw the opportunity for cash, and I just took it. But there would have been another way I could have made that money. But anyway, that's all. I only wanted to say what it did to me, so that's all I'm gonna say. And that's whatever drug you know. I've seen people's lives get ruined by crack and heroin. You know what I mean? I know someone now, a good lad I've known for many years. He's on the methadone right now, recovering from. I've seen it ruin people's lives. Do you know what I mean? It's like spice, all this stuff. But yeah, that's just my experience of it. It made me feel shit. I'd even had people come to me on the Thursday, and they were staying all the way up until Sunday, coming to buy stuff off me. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh shit, like, is that what it's fucking doing to people? People, you know what I mean? They're doing this for that drug. That's what's happening, you know? And yeah, that was all on my conscience. So shit, and I never want to do that again. Simple as that. I never want to do that again to people.